What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit, live and direct. Starting back again. Sorry for the little technical difficulties, but we're back at it again. Guys, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because on this channel, we talk anything and everything regarding credit, personal finance, tips and tricks on real estate, investments, automotive, you name it. You're definitely going to go ahead and find it here. I'm your host, Ray from Keeping It Real. And like I mentioned before, again, this channel is truly dedicated to giving some free credit information and to kind of just start the conversation as to things that just is not taught in our high schools, right, for some reason. And hopefully, with this platform, we can go ahead and further educate and empower, the idea of financial freedom, financial responsibility, especially leveraging credit to go ahead and, make big moves, right, other than just buying a car or buying a home. Guys, a few your call our offices right now. We're actually in here right now. And the numbers on the screen, 1-888-424-0058. In there, you're able to go ahead and contact me, communicate with my team. And again, we encourage you guys to go ahead and take advantage of what we have called the free credit evaluation. With the free credit evaluation, you take home a full detailed credit report analysis that kind of highlights all negative factors and all the little things that are affecting your credit with a plan of attack as to how you're able to go ahead and rectify it. In the meantime, my team or my credit analyst is going to go ahead and give you some realistic expectations as to what can actually be done with your credit and again with pricing, but there's no obligation to go ahead and sign up with us, but at least you'll know how much the cost would be if you do decide to hire us. We work very fast, very aggressively as to what we do. So if that's something that you're interested in or just want to have a conversation about that, have an idea of that, definitely go ahead and contact us with the number on the screen. And also in the description below, if you look in the description a little bit further, you're going to go ahead and see the link, and that link is going to go ahead and take you to the Keeping It Real with Credit website, where you'll be able to put in your information and you'll get an email and a text message from me directly with some links and stuff like that, and obviously to go ahead and schedule your free 20-minute evaluation with me or my team that will be able to help you guys out. With that being said, guys, let's get on with the topic. As I was mentioning before, I wanted to talk about this topic because I've been getting asked a lot of questions, and it makes sense because around this season is where you see a high influx of not only scam calls but collection calls. Why? Because everybody knows that around this time people are started getting their taxes. It's tax season coming up and stuff like that. So I think it's a great segue into me talking about how you should talk to a collection agency or a collection agent that comes across your phone. And the purpose of this is, again, not to shy away from the debt or say that the debt doesn't belong to you, but to truly not only protect yourself from illegal debt collection operations, the scams that are going out there, right? Because you don't want to be so quick in giving out your account number, because trust me, the bad guys, they are really getting very technical and they're getting very good at portraying themselves as to a real collection agency or company. In my case, my information was bought, I guess you could say, in the black market or whatnot, because these people, these fake debt collectors that I paid for over a year had my name, my social, my address, the account number of the account that they were collecting. Like, these are things that I ultimately verified, and these were the exact same accounts. So the only way they could have gotten that information is by, not from me. And so they said everything that they needed to say in order to make me believe that these are the people I had to pay. And it resulted that they were just some fake debt collectors. After suing them, the process server found them up in Hilton Head, South Carolina. And if some of you guys don't know what Hilton Head, South Carolina is, that's where Parris Island is. Parris Island, if you don't know what Parris Island, that's Marine Corps boot camp out on the East Coast. That happens out there. And so I never pursued as to how my information got sold. I was just happy to get my money back after doing the federal lawsuit. But other than that, just be very careful, right? So what I'm going to teach you guys now is basically just for that purpose, right? To protect yourself from illegal debt collectors and to obviously not put yourself in a predicament, because remember, everything you say over the phone can and will be used against you when it comes to, for the purposes of collecting that debt, right? If it is a legitimate one. So when you get a call from a collection agency, or collection agent, typically they come across as this is a personal business matter. And what really bothers me about collectors, and what's a dead giveaway, is the fact that they don't mention their name. They don't mention their company name. All they say is a personal business matter. And they come across the phone in this authoritative way, requesting personal information without them saying any information on you. Like if we were just supposed to say that information on demand. And that's private, right? You don't want to give that personal information to whoever it is over the phone, especially if it's somebody that you never contracted with, especially somebody that you never spoken with in the past before at all whatsoever, and that you don't have no sort of agreement with. So with that being said, we're not saying to shy away from the debt, but just to be a little bit precautious and to ensure that you're dealing with the right person. How do you do that? Well, you request documentation, you request information, and on top of that, you do everything in writing, not on the phone, because then there becomes a he say, she say type of deal, right? And so when it comes to that, you definitely want to go ahead and, if they say, hey, is this so-and-so over the phone? It's okay to go ahead and, yeah, it is me over the phone. How may I help you? Because again, the identity theft does happen. So I don't think that can incriminate you there as well. For further purposes, you can say, hey, what is this about? And they're going to be like, it's going to be about a personal business matter. Once again, not divulging any details because they want you to give out all your personal information to confirm that it is you. And it doesn't work that way. So what you do is they say, look, excuse me, sir, ma'am, I know you're probably just doing your job, but with all due respect, I don't feel comfortable with giving that information over the phone to you that I've never spoken with and to your company that I've never dealt with. So if you don't mind me asking, who are you and what company do you work for and what is it that you guys do? They may or may not tell you. However, when it comes down to confirming your address, your date of birth, and things like that, so that they can confirm that it is you, you can go ahead and look, whatever you have on your screen, whatever address you have on your screen, please send me correspondences to that address. Once I receive it, go ahead and I'll go ahead and respond back in writing. Up to this point, please do not call me again. We'll be communicating in black and white if it does get to me. At that point, you want to go ahead and record the fact that you're saying that. So, just grab your phone, right, and hit the little video record button and record yourself on that, or get somebody else, put them on speaker. That way it's clear. If they do call again, if that company does call back again, you contact your local consumer attorney ASAP and you send them a screenshot of the call log with that video, and they just violated the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you're subject to SUINI. So now you're collecting from the collector. So in that case, you shouldn't be afraid to picking up these weird phone calls or these free debt collectors, because that can be money on the phone for you. And obviously, if they're in violation and there really is an account against you, then they're going to remove that account and your score is going to go up, right? So now you have leverage over them. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, and don't fall into the trap. Again, this is not about just shying away from the debt, but doing your due diligence first before you go ahead and give some sort of account numbers or work some sort of payment plan. Again, guys, you don't want to give too much information, because if you do, like social security, addresses, and things like that, remember, they're confirming who you are, but they're confirming who you are because if the amount is significant enough, they know they got the right number, they got the right address and all that stuff, and now they can move forward with, wage garnishments and things like that. So what you don't want to do is ignore the debt. If anything, you want to take it on head on, but obviously having that mindset and knowledge as to what your rights are under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and all these rules and regulations that are basically designed to go ahead and help you. So hopefully that answers your question. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and answer some more people's questions on here, so that we can go ahead and get this rolling. So Dre Pryor, hello, what's up? How you doing? He asked, I have all closed accounts and 2 collections. Jay, give us a call. We'll definitely be happy to take a look at your credit report, again, by calling the number on the screen. Champions, hey, how you doing? Your boy 2001. I got a question. My wife added me as an authorized user to all her cards to boost my credit because I always paid cash for everything I bought. Now she spent $20,000 on. She has accumulated. So that means that I have to have reported on your credit report of a balance possible over 30% threshold. And you want to make sure that you don't want to have any late payments, because that's going to go ahead and reflect on your credit report. So hopefully your boy help your wife out, pay those cards down, or take yourself off of that, because what's going to happen, it's going to go ahead and report on your credit report, and that can be that can mess up your credit. All right, so hopefully that helps. Gulapa, I'm filing bankruptcy. I can't pay the money. Court keeps calling me. What money are you paying? What money that you're paying? Your attorney's fees, or what is it exactly? Your boy 2001. A lot of debt. Should I take my name off of the cards, or will it drop my score more? I would take my name off of the cards, or just help your wife out. Pay those credit cards down, because you're obviously benefiting from those credit cards as well. So help her out, man. Hopefully that helps. Let me see here. Mecha Miner, how much should I spend on my credit card with a $300 limit? Is the 30% rule true? Yes, I preach the 30% rule. If you have a $300 limit, don't spend no more than $100. If you feel that you need to use more than the $300, than the $100, go ahead and recognize that you need to increase your credit limit. Or just have control, have some sort of knowledge of when the due date is and when the report date is. As discussed before, the due date is the date that you have to pay at least the minimum, and the report date is the date that the bank reports to the credit bureau the information that you see reflected on your credit report. As long as you know those two dates, you're in control as to what balance reports on there. So for example, on the first, you want to go ahead and make the full payment of the $100, and then you don't want to use that card again until after the report date. That way, after reports, the credit bureaus don't know what you do after the date it reports. It only knows one day out of the month every 30 days, and then you go ahead and play that game month to month. DH, how did you become interested in this as a career? Is it because of what happened to you, or were you always into this? DH, that's an interesting question. I was actually, at the time, I had just got out the Marine Corps, and I got accepted to the University of Miami, where I graduated with a bachelor's degree. And my bachelor's degree is really focused on communications, more specifically into public relations and advertising. I've always been interested in that, especially, coming from towards the end of my Marine Corps career, where I was a recruiter. With that being said, I really started taking my credit seriously to try to be proactive. And in that process, I got called by those fake debt collectors. I found out what happened to me, and it really got me pretty pissed, pretty angry. And I was just on this revengeful mode or stuff like that. And in that process, I became really passionate about that. Wow, this could be happening to other people, especially other Marines that came back from deployment for me. I'm pretty sure it's happening to other service members coming back from their deployment, because banks don't want to honor or freeze accounts for military members that are in countries or in situations where they have no access to phones or anything else. So I kind of in a way, I kind of fell into this. It wasn't something that, since I was little, I wanted to grow up and starting to do. I wanted to pursue something in the advertising field, but I guess to some extent I do. I love photography, videography, advertising, and all that good stuff. I've interned for Univision, for Young and Rubicam, for Mercury Marine. I had some pretty exciting internships and experiences. But I really love helping people out, and sleep better at night because of it. So hopefully that answers your questions. Thanks for that question. Gina Mancuso, how do I remove items on my Experian account for $1 up to $50? Gina, what are you referring to? Is that what you owe as a balance? Is that your limit? But if you want to remove anything from a credit report, it's definitely through the disputing process. Give us a call. We'll be more than happy to go ahead and help you out. Again, the number's on the screen. We definitely got our team ready and standby to go ahead and help you guys out. Pavel Valdez, how you doing? Good afternoon. I found out through a letter that I received from a lawyer's office that I was being sued in Broward County Civil Court by a debt collector by the name of CVSGP Co-Acquisitions Trust. What do you recommend? Have you ever received, is that company in your credit report? Have you ever received any type of correspondences from them? However, because this is coming from a lawyer's office, you want to go ahead and talk to an attorney, a consumer attorney ASAP, to take a look and to see what your options are. Considering that you're right here in Broward County, or here in South Florida, I definitely have the attorneys, the consumer attorney that helped me out with my very first situation, which resulted in the never ever pay collections video. He's located in Miami Beach. He's very good. His name is Tam. And I'm gonna go ahead and say his number. Actually, I'm gonna just type in his number right here. Daniel Tam. Let him know I sent you. Tell him I say what's up. And let me look for it now. Boom, that number is 786-553-3348. All right, guys. He is a consumer attorney. He's a consumer attorney located down here in South Florida, and he'll definitely help you out. Hopefully you see that, Pavel, and let me know if you have any additional questions. Jay, thanks a lot. Your boy, no late payments. Let me see here. Yeah, so no late payments, which is great, but the balances may be over the 30% threshold, and that in itself can affect your credit. Chad Merrill, hey brother, checking in to see if you made that t-shirt I suggested that you make. Let's keep inspiring. Chad, definitely in the making, just working on some different designs and stuff like that. I'm a little bit of a stickler with that. But thanks for the suggestion, and I will let you know when those shirts will be sold. Israel Tindo, hey Ray, I didn't know you guys also did telechecks. Is this true? Not telechecks, check systems. Check systems, we also dispute against check systems. So if you ever ran into a situation where you're trying to open up a bank account, the bank doesn't allow you to open up a bank account because you have something on your check systems. Check systems is kind of like the credit bureaus, but for banks. It's like an internal systems where bank put notes on people. Let's say if you overdrafted, you never paid it back or whatnot, you possibly may be in a check systems. You're able to pull your check systems report to see what's on there, and you're able to dispute it just like you would any other account. They have to follow the guidelines of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, just like a credit report. And so we do specialize in that and removing check systems reports off of the report. So go ahead and open up your bank account. So if you're ever stuck with that situation again, please call the number on the screen, and we'll definitely give you a free evaluation to help you out there. Mega Miner, thank you. Welcome. Yes. My score is in the high 700s, and I've yet to hit the 800 mark. On all my credit cards are paid off in full each month. I never carry over a balance. Any tips on how to get a 800 open lines or should I? Well, that's a great question. So basically what you want to do is, first off, let's understand how the credit algorithm works. 35% of your credit score has to do with payment history. The way that you take advantage of that is just by paying your bills on time, every time. 30%, however, has to do with the availability of credit, like I like to call it, or the total availability of credit that you have available in your credit portfolio or your credit report. So remember, 35% and 30%, that's 65% of your credit score has to do with payment history and total availability of credit. So in your case, what I would do is I would make sure I see that you're paying your cards, your balances in full on time every month, but by when are you paying it in full? And does the credit bureaus know that, right? And then I would definitely go ahead and look into opening additional lines of credits or increasing your limits on the current existing credit cards, because again, that's going to increase your total available lines of credit. So hopefully that helps. Deborah Garner, please send me your number. I want to call you guys. Deborah, number is definitely on the screen. Let me know if you guys see that. If not, the number is 1-888-424-0058. Deborah, hopefully that helps. Gerald Williams, Ray, I asked a medical debt collector to stop calling and mail me the information that they have. The caller stated that he would continue to call until I satisfy the debt. Beautiful. Did you get that recorded? Did you get that? Please tell me you got that in a recording, meaning on your phone, have somebody else record it. And as soon as you do, contact your local consumer attorney. If not, call them back if you feel that you can get them riled up to say those things. If you say that, that's obviously a clear violation, and that account should be removed or will be removed with the power of a consumer attorney. So get that in recording and call them right away, whoever that may be. Yes, Portland, or you know of a good bankruptcy attorney. In Portland, I do not know. In Florida, yes, I do know. But I'm sure that you can go ahead and Google and see the reviews. Avo is a good website where you get to see reviews on attorneys and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of great ones out there. Your boy 2001. I have 2 student loan accounts on my credit report for the Department of Education that are closed. Should I try and do something about them? What do you mean, do something about them? As a matter of fact, we could remove those. Student loans can be removed from your credit report. However, in the back end, they do not. In the back, that's going to money where there's taxes or with affordable payment plan with them. Pavel Velez, thank you very much. I will give him a call. I saw your video with him and I heard your story. There you go. That's the guy right there, Daniel Tam. He does great work. Give him a call. Let him know I sent you and let him know I say what's up as well. Gina, thank you. There are some past accounts turned into credit agencies. Gina, let me see here. How do I remove? Got it. Gina, I think for that one in there, I have an idea what you're talking about, but it's going to require me to look at it. So again, please give us a call on the number on the screen. Again, that's 1-888-424-0058, option number 1. Let me see here. X Big Miyagi's, thank you. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so let me see here. All right, guys. So yeah, when it comes to, again, we have to be very careful and we have to be knowledgeable as to, what this is, and that also segues into, the disputing process. Anything that appears, let me be clear again, absolutely anything that appears on a credit report can be removed, corrected, or updated. It can be removed, no matter what that is. There's nothing on a credit report that I haven't removed yet. Because of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And I've always said this, the Fair Credit Reporting Act states that if something's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed. You'd be surprised at the amount of accounts that, whether you think they do belong to you or not, can be removed from the credit report. And again, we do not dispute anything at all whatsoever. Like if it's fraud or identity theft, we don't do it at all whatsoever. We're pretty much by the book here and we follow very extensive guidelines. But for the most part, we test the validity and the accuracy of the information, and we challenge them aggressively on a month-to-month basis for all of our clients here, generating the best results. Another cool thing that I like about our company is that we're able to go ahead and dispute all items all at once on a month-to-month basis. Be wary, guys, when you're doing your research on looking for a credit restoration company, ask them how many items do you dispute at once, right? Because if you're coming into my program and we found out you have 40 negative items, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to dispute all 40 negative items across all 3 credit bureaus. Some companies out there, I'm not going to say no names because I'm just not like that, but some companies out there, out of the 40, they're only going to dispute 5 to 10 at a time, right? 5 to 10 at a time. Those companies may charge you less on a month-to-month basis. However, it's going to take you a lot longer. In our program, we dispute all items all at once on a month-to-month basis. This has resulted in us getting results a lot quicker than the rest. Our most challenging and difficult clients within our program stay in our program no more than, a worst case scenario, 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months, people have stayed no more than in our program. Again, most no things necessary to the FTC, to the CFPB, your state attorney general's office, to the Better Business Bureau, so on and so forth, on your behalf, because exactly what we go ahead and do. We fight hard and very, very aggressive. And so, one way or another, we're gonna get the results that we do. Obviously, honestly, legally, and so on and so forth. And we have a full transparent approach, right? Our full transparent approach, and again, this is why we're able to service anybody. We have clients in Alaska, to Puerto Rico, to Hawaii, you name it. We have clients all over the nation, which is great. Because a lot of you guys are just awesome. I love speaking to you guys. I love educating you guys and getting these great results for you guys. Trust me, I get as excited as you guys do when you guys get approved for that car or home that you came in here for the first place looking at. So definitely proud and happy to work for that. However, in our program, the reason why we're able to work with people no matter where they're at, we even have service members currently in Afghanistan and overseas, up in Germany. So go ahead and call us if you're a service member, you know what that is. But we have an online portal that we're able to give you access. You get to see exactly what we're doing for you on a month-to-month basis. You get to see the notes that we're doing for you. You get to see how many items got removed on a month-to-month basis. Our team communicates with you every 15 to 30 days to make sure not only you have any questions, but to make sure that you receive the results or correspondences from the credit bureaus. Everything we send over is by tracking and certified mail. So we have tracking numbers for everything that we send out. And obviously you get a hold of that too. In addition, what else? Everything is fully transparent. You see exactly what's going on a month-to-month basis, and we prove again it's going great so far. And there's just no excuse as to why aren't you fixing your credit? Why aren't you better in your credit? We have payment plan options. We just definitely have everything in line to go combat every excuse in the book, right, that you have regarding your credit. And guys, I would like to encourage you guys to think of credit as more than just the opportunity to get your home, more of an opportunity to get your car. This is something that you can truly leverage on a bigger scale and do things and reach out to things, obviously responsibly, that you've never done before. Grow a business, invest in things, and invest in companies and items that, again, using other people's money, like the bank's money, the credit, to do those things. So I want to go ahead and encourage you guys, and I want to start shifting the conversation into investments and things like that, because I'm very new to that too. My partners and other close members of my family and friends are very into that, and I'd love to bring them on the show here to talk about other ways to invest our money, other ways where we can do that. So hopefully that definitely helps on there. Mo Cruz, I paid $1,200 to your old colleague's company and turned 2 accounts to Re-H, SMH. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow, that's $1,200. Nobody's ever paid $1,200 to us, not even close to that. So I'm sorry to hear that, Mo. I can't really speak for them because I don't know what they did. I don't know what's on your credit report, but for the most part, if you want a second opinion, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and help you. Numbers on the screen if you want to go ahead and help us out. Your boy 2001, what's the price point of your services? So pricing is always based on the amount of negative items that you have. This is obviously uncovered through the free credit evaluation process, right? I can't tell you pricing because obviously it's not the same to charge somebody that has 1 negative item as opposed to somebody that has 73 negative items, as we had the other day come to our program, right? The price point is definitely different, but we are very, very affordable. We have payment plan options, and regardless of how much you end up spending with us, right? And again, it's how you look at it. Regardless of how much you end up spending with us, it's truly going to be microscopic, right, to the amount that's going to be lended to you because you have better credit. The amount of money you're going to be saving because now you're locked in at the best interest rates possible, right? Think about those things. This initial investment is going to go ahead and multiply 1,000-fold for you guys to go ahead and leverage it in other ways to generate wealth, income, and opportunities for you guys. So your boy 2001, hopefully that helps. Take advantage of that free credit evaluation by calling the number on the screen, because it's only 20 minutes of your time and you take home a full and detailed analysis report as to what you can go ahead and do. So again, hopefully that helps on there. Guys, almost coming up to that time frame. I want to go ahead and first off, thank you guys for the love and support that you guys have given me. For those of you guys that have been watching me since day one, it's definitely been a journey. There's definitely a lot more to come. For you guys that have seen the transition and everything's grown. Thank you guys for that, for the support. I encourage you guys to go ahead and take advantage of the free credit evaluation by calling the number on the screen. And I'll be more than happy to go ahead and speak with you. Please ask for me. I'm definitely going to be here. I'm here literally Sunday through Sunday. Just going ahead and training, reading up on things, researching, coming up with ideas on videos and stuff like that for you guys. And I'm definitely really dedicated to you guys and passionate as to what I do here for you guys. And it just makes that much better when I see the results that I'm able to generate you guys. It's real. Sometimes it doesn't feel real because, I haven't had the chance to meet all of you guys, and I would love to, because, you're coming across my screen as a comment or as a screen name, But at the end of the day, I just love it when you guys, thank us for getting approved for your next home, for your next car, for getting items removed that you never thought could be removed, just to give you that second chance. Is really worth it at the end of the day. So it makes it all worth it. So guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends, and take advantage of the free evaluation. Call the number in the screen, ask to speak with me. I'm definitely here to help. Thank you guys so much. Peace.